Well, being a caregiver is tough work. We're going to talk more about when maybe you need some extra help. Joining us today, she is a program manager, Alzheimer's Association, Northwest Ohio, Marybeth Torsell. And thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
So, you know, caregivers, no matter what kind of disease, illness, whatever you're taking for, it's tough. And you want to do it all on your own, you know, but when do you know it's time to ask for some extra help and, you know, extra care?
You know, that's so tough because I think, you know, caregivers, especially women, we tend to think we can do everything and we're supposed to do everything. So it's really hard, you know, and even when it's a spouse, especially because a spouse, you know, you do say till, you know, death and sickness and in health. So, you know, I feel like people they push too hard. But when you yourself as a caregiver are starting to get so worn down or depressed to the point where you don't even, you have no energy to get up, you need to get some help.
And I assume this is like many things. It's no blanket. It's not like one stage, certain amount of time, months, days. It's different for everyone? It
is. It really is because the disease progression is different for everybody. You know, the journey is different for everybody. And some people, you know, I feel like in the beginning when you first, you know, announce the diagnosis, people are like, well, I'll help you. But you don't really need anything in the very beginning. So they stop asking because you don't need help. And then when you need help, they're not asking anymore.
And there's different levels of help, right? I mean, it's just not like, oh, they need to go to a facility right away. I mean, so let's talk about some of the different resources and some of the different options out there.
Yeah, so there's, you know, adult day centers, which are really, you know, neat because your loved one can get out of the house, can still socialize, can be around other people, and we have those in Lima. You know, we have one at the Council on Aging, and then the Trilogy buildings, they have one. So adult day is a great option if you have it. Respite care, you know, you can have somebody come into the home, like home care, where it's not medically like home health, it's just like a companion care, really. And we have those are options. And then you do have like in-home care where people can come in and stay with you and do more medically needed things.
All right, and then I assume there are some like nursing homes and other facilities if all else fails that they can go to that, right?
Yep, and I think, you know, people need to explore that sooner rather than later. And there's different levels of facilities. You know, there's, you know, independent living, there's, you know, skilled nursing, and then there's the memory care unit. So there's different levels to that too. But start looking, even if there's a thought that you might go down that path, and most people think they're never going to, you really should start planning for that early. And it's better to plan and not need it.
I was just going to say, is it one of these situations where just plan and looking at all these options and like have it written down, like, okay, this is what we're going to do, but maybe you don't need it,
Yeah, because people wait till, you know, they wait till it's too late, and then they're trying to call in some, you know, we're really lucky to have some great facilities here in the area, but there might be waiting lists, you know, you might need to think about all of that. So, you know, definitely start planning early.
And is it, you know, people hate to ask for help, but is it okay during some of these situations and call up family member, a neighbor, a friend? And say, I do need it? I
think one of the strongest, some of the strongest people are the ones who ask for help when they know that they need help. You know, you can't take care of somebody else if you yourself don't have the, you know, ability to take care of yourself. So yes, ask for help and be specific. You know, when you want help, don't just say, hey, I need help. Say, hey, can you come over and, you know, sit with, you know, so-and-so for a half hour or an hour, or let me, you know, run to the store.
I assume there's also situations where you want to do it, but you realize that the person you're caring for is going to get hurt at home, or it's just beyond, even though you can still physically do it, maybe.
Exactly. You know, when your level, when they need a higher level of care that you're capable of providing, or they, you know, their safety is at risk, then you definitely need to consider some other options. And it's not a matter that you don't want to do it; it's that you can't do it.
Right. Yeah. And that's when you look at some of those facilities and things like that.
Exactly.
I guess it sounds like we're kind of lucky because in our area there are some options.
Yes.
And it's not always that case.
Yeah. We have a lot of great options around here. So you could always call the Alzheimer's Association. We can give you a list of the ones in the area, so you don't have to, you know, try to do all that yourself.
And it sounds like this is where support groups also come in handy. When you go to a support group and you talk to someone else about what they're going through too.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for coming today. Good to have some of this information. All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.